Historical TV shows are great, but free historical TV shows are even better. But unfortunately, they are a rarity to come across without access to a streaming service such as Netflix or Amazon Prime. But there's also another popular streaming service which can, on the occasion, provide excellent historical TV shows at no cost to you at all. And that streaming platform is none other than YouTube. And in this video, I will give you my top 10 recommendations of 10 excellent historical TV shows I have found available to watch on YouTube for free. But you must be quick to watch them, as you never know when they may get removed. But links to all the shows will be provided in the description below, and all the shows will be either in English or have English subtitles. But before we begin, don't forget, if you love anything to do with historical movies and historical TV shows, then subscribe to my channel, History Spark. At number 10, it is Cleopatra, the 1999 historical TV series, which tells the story of the legendary Queen of Egypt and her struggle to maintain power in the face of Roman domination. And this two-part miniseries delivers a dramatic portrayal of Cleopatra's life with a strong performance by Leonor Varela, as Cleopatra really being the primary glue that holds this miniseries together. Although the historical accuracy is questionable to say the least, and the production value does reflect the limitations of late 90s television, it still manages to capture the grandeur and complexity of Cleopatra's reign through engaging storytelling and decent acting. So if you're looking for an interesting and free retelling of one of history's most captivating rulers, then Cleopatra is my recommendation for you. At number 9, it is Sharpe's Revenge, which tells the story of Richard Sharpe after the defeat of Napoleon, where he is wrongly accused of theft and betrayal and must fight to clear his name, while also seeking out those who framed him. This gripping entry in the long-running Sharpe series once again showcases Sean Bean's commanding performance as the battle-hardened soldier, with plenty of action, duels, and dramatic twists to keep audiences engaged from beginning to end. This TV series delivers strong period detail, solid supporting characters, and the gritty realism that fans of the series have come to expect. So if you enjoy historical drama set in the backdrop of the Napoleonic Wars, then Sharpe's Revenge is a must-watch for you, and the first 3 episodes of each season are available to watch for free using the link in the description below. At number 8, it is the award-winning TV miniseries Joan of Arc, which tells the story of Joan of Arc from her birth in 1412 until her death in 1431. Joan of Arc is a name known to most historical fans for her heroic and awe-inspiring feats during the 100 Years' War. During a time when women were given very little power and authority, Joan of Arc was able to inspire and lead troops into battle based on her religious zeal and her own sense of divinity. And this Joan of Arc miniseries is a great show which really engrosses the viewer from beginning to end, with strong performances from the entire cast, especially Lily Sobieski and Peter O'Toole, who won an award for Best Supporting Actor. The story can be a little bit difficult to follow at times if you aren't overly familiar with the general history of Joan of Arc. But overall, this TV series is amazing, and if you can watch it for free, then I see no harm in at least giving the show a try. At number 7, we have Victoria, a TV show based around one of Britain's greatest and well-known female monarchs, Queen Victoria, who reigned as Queen of England from 1837 to 1901, making her one of the longest reigning monarchs in English history and also one of its most controversial. The first season of Victoria focuses primarily on the early years of her reign and displays to viewers how a young queen deals with all the demands and responsibilities of being a monarch and the leader of a nation. This show has a fantastic storyline, amazing set pieces, costume design, and plot twists, which will engross the viewer across its many seasons. So if you want a strong female-led show about one of the most important and controversial women in history, then Victoria is my recommendation for you, and you can watch the first 6 episodes of season 1 using the link in the description. At number 6, it is Henry VIII, a TV movie which focuses on the only monarch that production studios think that audiences want to see on their TV screens, and that is Henry VIII, one of the most controversial and popular figures in British history. And this movie starts with Henry's deteriorating relationship with his first wife to his eventual death in 1547, and all the turbulent and trying events in between. This film stars Ray Winstone, Emily Blunt, and Sean Bean, so the cast is pretty star-studded, and the acting by all the secondary cast is very well done as well. Overall, this TV series has brilliant acting, great costume design and set pieces, and for anyone that's looking for an interesting and fun 3-hour miniseries about the life of King Henry VIII, then Henry VIII is definitely a great recommendation for you. At number 5 we have Magnificent Century, a TV show based around the reign of Sultan Suleiman the Magnificent, the longest reigning sultan of the Ottoman Empire, who ruled from 1520 to 1566 and transformed the empire into one of the most powerful states in the world. The early seasons of the show focus heavily on his relationship with Hurrem Sultan, a woman of great influence who rose from concubine to wife and played a key role in shaping the politics of the empire. Magnificent Century has a fantastic storyline, stunning set pieces, lavish costume design, and plenty of political intrigue and betrayal which will keep viewers captivated throughout. With its combination of historical drama, romance, and court politics, Magnificent Century portrays the grandeur and complexity of Suleiman's reign in a way most Western audiences will not have seen before. So if you love international TV shows and want something a bit different and unique, then Magnificent Century is the perfect show for you. At number 4, it is War and Peace, a 6-episode historical TV series which focuses on Napoleon's attack on Russia, and it depicts the impact that this event had on 5 aristocratic families and their lives. This miniseries does a fantastic job of presenting the War and Peace novels on the small screen, and alongside a great storyline, the cinematography and musical score is amazing as well. However though, some of the secondary actors aren't all that great, but most of the principal cast is very good. And even though the story is fast paced, it is still an enjoyable watch, and if anyone wants to relive a little bit of Russian history, then War and Peace is the show for you. At number 3, it is Resurrection Ertugrul, which depicts the rise of Ertugrul as the son of a bey in the Kai tribe and to his eventual role in becoming a legendary figure whose actions would help shape the founding of the Ottoman Empire. But for all my Western viewers, I do have to warn you, be prepared for a show that is a much slower burn than anything you may be used to, as each plotline moves exceptionally slow in this series. But this slower pace really does help you in forming strong emotional bonds with the characters, and you truly get a better idea of the day-to-day struggles small tribes would have to face during this time period. And aside from the amazing acting here, there's a great storyline with never-ending plot twists and obstacles for the main characters to overcome, with multiple plot threads eventually all colliding into one big epic story similar to Game of Thrones. So for a better look at Turkish culture, traditions and history, or for just a great historical drama in general, Resurrection Ertugrul is one of my top recommendations for you, and is definitely one of the best free TV shows you can watch on YouTube right now. At number 2, it is The Chosen, a biblical historical drama which focuses on the life of Jesus Christ, the 12 apostles, as well as other important biblical figures. This is a very enjoyable and easily accessible show for people of any religion, and as a non-Christian myself, I still found this series to be easy to follow and not overly cheesy either. The Chosen has great actors who are all really believable in their roles, and the show benefits from a great primary plot and several interesting secondary plots as well. However though, my biggest critique with the series is that the costumes for the Romans are pretty terrible and look very low quality, almost like cosplay armor. But other than this minor critique, The Chosen is a great TV series for all viewers, and you can watch the first season for free on YouTube. And the top spot on this list goes to Six Flying Dragons, a Korean historical drama based around the rise of Yi Bang-won, who would later become King Taejong of Joseon, one of the most powerful rulers in Korean history. The show focuses on the turbulent final years of the Goryeo dynasty and the struggles, betrayals, and alliances that shaped the foundation of a new kingdom, with Yi Bang-won depicted as both an ambitious strategist and a ruthless fighter. This series has an incredible storyline, rich character development, political intrigue, and some brilliant battle sequences that will keep viewers hooked throughout its entire 50-episode run. And with this detailed portrayal of one of Korea's most transformative periods, Six Flying Dragons does an excellent job of showing the complexities of power, loyalty and ambition, and is a must-watch show for any fan of epic historical dramas and K-dramas specifically. And it is a show that I cannot recommend highly enough. So let me know in the comments down below which of these shows you are most looking forward to watching, and if there are any other great historical TV shows on YouTube that I may have missed out on. And as always, if you want to stay up to date with everything to do with historical movies and historical TV shows, then subscribe to my channel History Spark, and thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. Bye.